How's it going, guys? So in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you a really fun trick that helps you loop node-based textures. It's really hard to figure out how to make a seamless loop with textures. A lot of times you'll just animate the W on different textures that have the W, but still it's sort of not the best way to do it. So I'm going to show you my way of looping textures, but before we get into that, today's video is brought to you by the Material Builder suite. The Material Builder takes all the time out of creating unique, complex procedural materials. With over 100 group nodes ranging from custom patterns and textures you've never seen before to special nodes that give your materials sand, glitter, and many other really cool effects. Using a plug-and-play workflow, you can make hundreds of unique materials made for cycles. Hit the link in my description if you want to learn more. Now let's get back into the tutorial. All right, we're back. So I'm going to just start with a just regular UV sphere, and then I'm just going to subdivide him so he's perfectly smooth, just like that. And now we have a sphere. Now, because this is all node-based, anything works on any shape, whatever. So we'll go straight into shading and just pop in some fun stuff here. So you have a principled. I'm just going to use an emission texture just to, emission shader, whatever, emission node. I can't speak today, but I'm going to use it just to make it easy to show. So I'm going to get a color ramp and do that. And I'm going to put the color into the color. So, and just to make it easier to show, I like the constant on the color ramp. So the way first I started out with is a wave texture. Now the reason we use the wave texture first is to get this thing to actually be looping. After that, we're going to add more textures to get a really fun, really cool animation. So I'm just going to plug the color straight into here, and what really helps this loop is this phase offset. So this right here. So this is the basis of making it loop. Once we get that to loop, you can add whatever you want and you get some really crazy, really cool animations. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a timeline, and I'm going to give myself 120 frames. So let's go back to the beginning. Now for me, I always make sure that in my preferences, if I click on animation, in my animation, I make sure my default interpolation here is on linear, so it's consistent speed. So what I do is I take my phase offset here and I try to zoom in on a spot that's super easy to track. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and sort of play with this phase offset till this dot is super, super small right before it disappears. So I'm holding down shift to make sure that I have a better control over it. So right there. So that's as small as that's going to get. That'll make sense in just a second. So I'm going to hit the back arrow to go to frame 0. I'm going to hit insert keyframe, and then we're going to go to the very end. And then I'm going to say, okay, I want this to do this maybe that many times. So I'll bring it down, and then I'll bring this back to where that thing just barely shows up. So right there, insert keyframe. So now if we look at this right here, we have a looping animation. So now we're done. We're finished with this part of texturing, animating. So I'm going to make this really thin. So now what you can do is just add anything you want after this to make it whatever you want. So I'm going to get a noise texture here and plug the factor into the vector. So now if you press play, you have this really cool, seamless animating texture here that you can do whatever you want with. Say, let's get a Voronoi, V-O-R, Voronoi texture, and we'll plug the color right here. And now you get a really cool, really weird Voronoi animating texture here. And you can play with this, make it go around like that. Maybe we can go to Manhattan. You have Manhattan animating in a really cool way. Or say I'll go to distance to edge, and then we'll plug the distance into the vector here. And then now you have this really crazy looking texture here. Bring it down. So you have all these really cool ways of taking texture and looping it and animating it and doing whatever you want with it. And then say, hey, let's go crazier. Let's add a magic texture to this now. Add that to the vector. And then, we can bring this scale down here. This looks absolutely insane. But you kind of get the idea of, what you can do with this type of animation here. Look how crazy that is, and it loops perfectly, it loops seamlessly. You can have a lot of fun with that. So there you go. Make of this whatever you want. Crazy node stuff, and then you can take this, use this as a mask, add it to other things like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.